The first session of the 18th Lok Sabha has begun today. Prime Minister Modi was sworn in as the MP for the third time, and newly elected MPs who are part of Council of Ministers are also taking oath. 280 MPs are being sworn in today, while around 260 MPs will be taking the oath of office tomorrow. That includes Congress MP Rahul Gandhi as well. Now, ahead of the Parliament session today, Prime Minister Modi hit out at the opposition, calling emergency era a blot on democracy. This comes just a day before the 50th anniversary of the emergency. Now, he is reminded a resurgent opposition that they must do justice to their role in Parliament, and he said the opposition has disappointed so far, but I hope they will do justice to their role in the Parliament. He said that people want substance and not slogans. They want debate, diligence and not disturbance. Well, the first session of the Sansad has begun amid a raging controversy over NEET and pro tem speaker appointment. Now, BJP MP Bhartruhari Mahtab was elected as the pro tem speaker, while Congress was expecting K. Suresh, who's an 8-time MP from Kerala, to be named pro tem speaker. Now, the opposition is criticizing the government over the appointment of Mahtab, and the opposition is expected to raise these issues in the Parliament, in the first session of Parliament that has begun from today. The Lok Sabha speaker is going to be elected on June 26th, and until then, pro tem speaker is presiding over this session. Well, the India Bloc leaders had also led a protest in the Parliament complex, holding constitution copies in their hands and walked down to the Parliament building. Well, let's also listen in to what Prime Minister Modi had said earlier.
संविधान के लीरे लीरा उड़ा दिए गए थे, देश को जेल खाना बना दिया गया था, लोकतंत्र को पूरी तरह दबोच दिया गया था। इमरजेंसी के ये 50 साल इस संकल्प के हैं कि हम गौरव के साथ हमारे संविधान की रक्षा करते हुए भारत के लोकतंत्र, लोकतांत्रिक परंपराओं की रक्षा करते हुए देशवासी संकल्प लेंगे कि भारत में फिर कभी कोई ऐसी हिम्मत नहीं करेगा जो 50 साल पहले की गई थी। साथियों, सदन में सामान्य मानवी की अपेक्षा रहती है डिबेट की, विजिलेंस की। लोगों को अपेक्षा नहीं है कि नखरे होते रहे, ड्रामा होते रहे, डिस्टर्बेंस होता रहे। लोग सब्सटेंस चाहते हैं, स्लोगन नहीं चाहते हैं।
Prime Minister Modi there just right before the start of the session had hit out at the opposition, taking a dig at the opposition party, saying that they must not resort to tantrums or drama and must participate in discussion in the Parliament. Well, Congress Chief Mallikarjun Kharge also had responded to Prime Minister Modi, saying that he was undermining the Constitution and he must focus on following the Constitution. We are also being joined by Mr. Sandeep Shastri on the broadcast, Director Academics, NITTE Education Trust and National Coordinator Lokniti Network. I am also being joined by senior journalist Mr. Rashid Kedwai on the broadcast here. Thank you so much, Mr. Shastri and Mr. Kedwai, for speaking to NDTV. Mr. Shastri, if I could come to you first, it's expected to be a very interesting session and a stormy one too. Once again, with the resurgent opposition now taking on the government on a host of issues that is expected in this session, and countering a formidable opposition is not going to be an easy task for the government this time around especially.
Not at all. Are we seeing the start of Parliament with a blame game on both sides? Or do we see the new Parliament accepting the wisdom of the Indian voter who wanted both the ruling and the opposition to work hand in hand? I think this election result was a message to both. A message that we wanted a strong opposition and a message that the ruling party is now within a broader alliance which it leads. Now, which requires a give and take. And parliamentary system is about conventions, looking at conventions, a process of give and take and not a blame game. Because if the blame game continues and if it is going to be one-upmanship on either side, I'm not too sure whether the wisdom of the Indian voter is being respected. That wisdom which was seen in the verdict is actually being respected. And that, I think, would be a very sad spectacle if that were to happen.
Okay. So, Mr. Kidwai, taking from where what Mr. Shastri here has said, that, the onus is not just on the government, but of course on the opposition also. Well, they of course have got got good numbers. They've shown good performance in the Lok Sabha polls, and they have been, of course, as we've been talking about it, they have been rewarded by the Indian electorate, and that is what something that they need to respect. Prime Minister Modi also initially, before the start of the session, said that they should not resort to drama and tantrums and must focus on substance and not dilly-dallying. Is this what we are expecting from the opposition, to respect the people's mandate, or is it going to be a different scene altogether in the parliament this time around?
So, Kitty, I think both sides are not being able to get out of that election campaign mindset, and which is very unfortunate. See, the people, as Mr. Shastri was saying, people of India have given a verdict, and that verdict has to be respected. It is a job of the day to run the house, but recognize opposition. And opposition have a right to protest. Both Mr. Arun Jaitley and Sushma Swaraj in 16th Lok Sabha had said that the right to protest is a very much a democratic right. And so the BJP, when it was in opposition, I'm saying during the UPA years, they used to say 15th Lok Sabha and 14th Lok Sabha. That was their stand. So now suddenly the BJP is looking at it as some kind of disruptive measure, which is unfortunate. The reference to opposition is to emergency is also unfortunate, because it comes, Prime Minister is saying is the 50th anniversary. 50th anniversary will be next year, so he's 1 year ahead. And second thing, we must remember Indira Gandhi had apologized about emergency and called for fresh election. What was so draconian about emergency? It was that the institutions had become a subservient of the government of the day. They were not fulfilling role. So in today and tomorrow also, we need to be very cautious, and government of India has a role to play. So Mr. Modi has to allow, all the big institutions, including Election Commission, to, function independently. It takes two to tango. Just blaming the opposition will not serve the purpose. Similarly, opposition also has to respect that it is NDA bloc that has won. So I think both sides need to learn a lot, but I'm afraid that that doesn't, going by the first day, first show kind of scenario, it does not appear to be the case. There is going to be a lot more acrimony, confrontation, which will be bad for parliamentary democracy.
All right. Confrontation, of course, is going to take place, but that should not disrupt the proceedings. And getting the bills passed, important work done, sir, that is going to be a difficult task, we believe. Well, the government, of course, has its allies. The BJP has its allies on its side, the TDP and other allies which have of course, helped the party in forming a majority. The NDA get a majority in the Lok Sabha, of course. But despite that fact, the opposition with its increased numbers is definitely going to pose a challenge. And it's not going to be an easy task, as we've been talking about, getting important work done in the Lok Sabha.
Yeah, you're asking me, Kitty?
Yes, sir. To you, yes.
Yeah. So it is very important. That is why I'm saying it was an opportunity. The Prime Minister should have reached out to opposition about the issue of pro tem speaker. There is a precedence, as in 2014, Mr. Kamal Nath was a Congress MP, was given that job. He had also lost one election in between. Now the government has come with a new logic that it has to be consecutive terms, which is not a case. At the same time, opposition should also respect, because theoretically speaking, the pro tem nomination of a pro tem speaker has come from President of India. So President of India needs to be respected. But as I keep saying, it takes two to tango. The opposition and government must sit down. The opposition must name its leader of opposition. If Rahul Gandhi is to shine in parliament, he must take the mandate of leadership in the Lok Sabha, and we will see some very interesting time. But this kind of disruption, and just one thing, we must remember, disruption is a very much a tool in parliamentary democracy. Government has a right to pass the bill, but opposition has a right to disrupt. And this is something both Arun Jaitley and Sushma Swaraj, when they were leaders of opposition, they recognized that.
Absolutely. All right. Let me go to Mr. Shastri also here. Mr. Shastri, what are the issues that are, we are likely to see from the opposition side? The opposition raising important issues, including the pro tem speaker controversy already has erupted, of course. The NEET issue also is also gaining a lot of momentum, and the opposition has been criticizing the government on this very issue. And what are we expecting the BJP strategy to be this time around?
It's very difficult at this stage to predict what is the ruling party's strategy going to be. For me, if the message of the verdict was clear, as John Stuart Mill said many years ago, the government must have its way while the opposition must have its say. Now, if the opposition does not have its say, then the fact of an opposition in parliament, which people have sent, is not being allowed to have its voice. But if you have an opposition which is disruptive and doesn't allow the government take forward a agenda it has, given the majorities has, again, you will have a challenge. So I think, for me at least, the onus on the government, especially the Minister of Parliamentary Affairs and his team, is to strike that chord, to strike that balance, to strike that connectivity with the opposition. And that, I think, is important. At the end of the day, the hand has to be stretched by the ruling party. And then we look at whether the opposition responds to that or not. I think a lot will depend upon the persuasive skills that the Minister for Parliamentary Affairs and his team displays. And we have seen in the past in the Indian Parliament that whenever the ruling party's Parliamentary Affairs Minister has been able to reach out across the floor to the opposition,
right,
however serious may be the differences between the government and the opposition, there has been room for debate, there has been room for a dialogue, and there has been room for the House proceedings to go on. So I think at the end of the day, both the sides need to look at working together and not on finding out what is wrong with the other side and looking at only what they would like to be critical of the other side. I think holding hands, working together, stretching your hand, taking that one step forward and not taking two steps backward, for me, is the way it has to be done. A huge task.
Yes, that is something that we hope from the opposition as well as from the government.
Capacity to do that.
Absolutely, absolutely. That is what we hope from the government as well as the opposition. But whether that really happens or not going forward, well, that is something that we'll keep an eye on, of course. It's going to be not a very long session, but yes, a lot of issues that the opposition would want to raise in the first session of the parliament. And we'll keep an eye on the developments there. Meanwhile, thank you so much, Mr. Shastri and Mr. Kidwai, for speaking to us. We have reactions from the opposition also now coming in. Let's listen into that.
संविधान को बचाने के लिए हमने जो कोशिश की थी उसमें सारी जनता हमारे साथ दी, लेकिन मोदी जी संविधान को तोड़ने की कोशिश की है। इसीलिए आज सभी पार्टी के नेता लोग एक होकर ये जो प्रोटेस्ट कर रहे हैं, और यहाँ पर जो गांधी स्टैचू थी और वहीं पर हम प्रोटेस्ट कर रहे हैं। मेरे बाबा साहब अम्बेडकर की वहाँ थी और गांधी जी की यहाँ थी, यानी हर नॉर्म्स को, डेमोक्रेटिक नॉर्म्स को तोड़ रहे हैं। इसीलिए आज हम ये दिखाना चाहते हैं, भाई मोदी जी आप संविधान के तहत चलिए।
हमारे मांग है कि देश का संविधान को रक्षा करना। यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड चले आएंगे, कभी सेकुलरिज्म संविधान में रहे कि ना रहे हम लोग नहीं पता है। हमारे भारत बांग्लादेश में एग्रीमेंट होते हैं, वो पश्चिम बंगाल के सरकार को बुलाते नहीं, एक तरफा सब कुछ कर लेते हैं। तो हम लोग चाहते हैं कि देश का संविधान की भीत मजबूती से रहे।